Hi guys, back again with me Austin from Abba Boy Heart. Today I'm going to share with you my experience on JoyToy collaborating with Warhammer 40K. This is the Ultramarines Infiltrator Squad, the 4-pack. Okay, I will go through each one of these figures one by one, don't worry about it, but I'll focus more on the first figure to look for more details. So if you want to have more detail, please look at the timestamp, check on the surgeon. Okay, I'll focus more because most of the time this figure pretty much have similar accessories. Okay, so I'm not gonna repeat stuffs that will save us much time. Okay, and then they put this, the company put this in the 1/18 scale. There have been much debate concerning that. I'm not gonna dwell in that matter. Okay, I just want to enjoy the figure that I have. It can somewhat interact with your 1/18 scale, and but there are discussion that the scaling may not be accurate with 1/18 scale other JoyToy 1/18 scale figures. Okay, that's okay. We are all entitled to our own opinion. But what I want to appreciate today is the quality of the figures. Okay, I did share the Incursor squad before. I'll give you the link up here. So if you want to know more detail about the Incursor squad, they are more close combat squad. But this one are called the Infiltrators. They are basically Primaris Space Marine. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But they are basically much taller, bigger, stronger, more implants in their body compared to the normal Space Marine. Okay, that's what I heard. Okay, from and what I read. So and they are normally divided into certain squads. So we have the Incursors already. Today we have the Infiltrators. I think the normal squad that normally is deployed is called the Tactical Squad, but then for the Primary Space Marine, they normally call it the Intercessors. It has been announced for Ultramarine. Probably will have it maybe end of this year or next year. Okay, today is still in this video is 2021. Maybe next year or end of this year. Okay. So I'm not sure. Hopefully I can share that to you. But yeah, I also want to say that I apologize. I don't have the packaging for this guy. Okay, yeah, that's what I have. But I do have all the complete accessories. But I do have a bit of faulty with the one that I have. I hope that it doesn't happen to you. But I'll explain in more detail when I cover each one of them. Okay, so without further ado, a bit of fun fact. Okay, just read it to you. This Infiltrator squad or sometimes called Vanguard Infiltrators, are responsible units. There are normally around 5 to 9 person per team, but we only have 4 here, unfortunately. Responsible for disrupting enemy communications and sabotaging targets of opportunity. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert in military, but in my perception, they are more like kind of a quick response squad, okay, agile squad. Yeah. Anyway, let's cover each one of these guys. Okay. So the first figure is Brother Surgeon Octavio here. We'll just have a look at the card here, which is very cool. Infiltrator and the artwork pretty much the same with the figure itself. So that's good. I like that. Okay, very cool. And the back here we normally have, I think it's a bio, but in Mandarin. So if you can read Mandarin, please pause, or you can use Google Translate if you want to read. Okay, so each one of these characters have this, which is good for me, so I can help me identify which is which. And then okay, let's just focus on the figure. I realized that upon a quick look here, the overall mold of the power armor is pretty much the same with what I have with the Incursors. I'll do the comparison in a bit, don't worry. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty much the same, the skull. The difference is on the decal. This one is number 5, I think that's the company number, something like that. Red skull here, still ultramarine though. I don't think the incursors have this. This piece is a separate piece, by the way, so you can, I think if you remove the 2 legs or you move the torso, you can take it out if you want to. Okay, it's not elastic, it is plasticky. And down here another decal of, yeah, really cool, by the way. I like the red skull. Even the crocs, what I call the crocs, is the same with the peg holes down there. Alright, I just want to point out to you that, you know, I like the skull. Even here that is really cool. I like the chrome paint. You know, JoyToy is always good with design, with paint. So far it's good for their own release. It's really good. And but stuff like this, okay, you gotta check it out. I don't feel that it's rubbery, so you gotta be careful with it, because sometimes shit happens and you don't want to break little parts of your figures, so please be careful. Something breaking, it happens in JoyToy. I'm not against JoyToy, I love their stuff, okay, but and it's fixable sometimes, so but I would rather not break anything, right? Okay, so the personality of this guy is normally on the head sculpt, okay, although the overall power armor body is pretty much similar, but normally the head is different, okay. And we know he's the squad leader, or here in this case brother surgeon, because of the headpiece is red. I really like this gas mask style. Always love Space Marine. I think they are really doing a good design on this characters, you know, in these squads. So he has an implant on his forehead, and he has hairs, nice mold. He has 2 antennas which are kind of rubbery, as you can see. The antenna here is a bit bent to the left, which is fixable. You can just use hair dryer or hot water or something. Probably hair dryer better. Okay, and very fierce eyes here. I really like that. Okay, skin tone is okay, and he has these granites on his right chest. Okay, so that gives him quite personality. Okay, now I'll linger a little bit longer with him because I want to do a bit of comparison with the incursors. So I mentioned earlier, overall body mold, the base body mold is the same. Okay, the difference here is a bit of ornament here on the kind of crotch piece, but pretty much the other piece is the same. Okay, of course the head is different. Okay, and with the incursors they have visors and this device, whereas this Infiltrator only have antennas. Now for the backpack, it's also very similar. Okay, before I move on to the accessories later on, I'll just compare the backpack now. Okay, the backpack for incursors, see the shape is the same, but for Infiltrators they only have this antenna, which is not rubbery, it's plasticky, so be careful, you don't want to break it. And incursors have this, some sort of device. Okay, each one of them has this. I'm not sure what are those. Okay, but everything else is the same. Of course the weapon is different. We'll come to that later on. Okay, all right, that's for now. With the overall look of the Infiltrators. Articulation, the head is on a dumbbell joint, so it's a ball joint connected to another ball joint acting as some sort of a neck. Okay, so you can combine those two to look down, to look up. Kind of limited because of the mold of the armor, but you have the articulation. Okay, not sure whether you can do a 360 because of the mold, but it is quite fluid. Okay, the shoulder piece here is actually connected to ball joint, both of them, so you can actually move around to help with your articulation. Okay, up and down, a bit wiggle like that. Same here on the left. Okay, now what's cool with these guys, they have extension on the arm, extend out, no butterfly though, but they extend. That's quite good actually. You have rotation, you have the hinge. Okay, oops, sorry about that. You have the hinge up to that. Okay, so not so much actually. Okay, it's not even it's not even a full 90 degrees, you know, but yeah, it's there. And then you have up here on the upper bicep rotation, you have double jointed elbow, which is cool. I like that. I really like that. Let me try. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, for the wrist, you actually have a double joint as well. So it's a ball joint to ball joint. Okay. So yeah, you can do ball joint motion. Okay. Even like this. Okay. Remember, ball joint to ball joint, and then oops, as you can see, the ball joint moves. And you also have, since it's a ball joint, you can do rotation. Okay, right. So full rotation, of course. Now for the abdomen here, up here there are some movement. Okay, but down here you also have rotation. Okay, have a look. Full rotation, side by side. So it's basically a ball joint. But if you combine the two, okay, you can look down that much only. You can extend to the back, look up that much. Okay, all right, not bad. I'll put on the shoulder pad first. Oops. For the legs, you can split this much. Is a ball joint, okay, basically. You can do, I'll do with the left. Back kick not so much, but front kick this much, and it is a ball joint, like I said. So yeah, not much movement, but you know, actually for this bulky guys like this Space Marine, it's actually not bad. You know, you have rotation on the upper thigh here. Okay, and then of course you have double jointed knee, which is more than 90. Okay, and the Crocs. The Crocs here, you have rotation. It does do a bit up and down, and then side to side, just like rocker ankle. Okay, all right, but just a little bit. And then you have toe joint here, which is normally quite tight. Okay, so you see the hinge, but it is there. So yeah, all right, you see that. That's pretty much all the articulation. Okay, first accessories is the backpack, which I already showed to you. This piece can move, both piece. Okay, turn around 360, and you can plug to his back. Normally I just keep it on, okay, because it's essential to the armor, and it's really essential for their look as well. As you can see, right, looks much better. Okay, so that's the backpack. I will go to the side pockets first, probably. Okay, so on the right here, for the incursors, they normally have knives here, which the two knives can be used. You can take it out and use it. Okay, and on the left we have the holster for the small bolter. Okay, I'll show it to you. So the one on the left first. For this infiltrator, what we have is this pocket. Okay, so it's a 4 pockets. I'm not sure what's inside. Keys. Basically, okay, you can just plug it on him. Looks nice. So that's the standard look. And on the left, it's the same with incursors. We have this piece. Okay, the first piece. So we have this piece. Basically, you have the small bolter, which is the same with what we have with the incursors. Okay, it's really nice. You see the trigger hole, you see the gunmetal pane. Okay, you see the weather detail even. Okay, you see the trigger hole, and yeah, looks really cool, right? It's very plasticky. So you have the empty holster when you want to take photograph with the smaller bolter on the ready when shooting with a small bolter, and then you also have it placed in the, what do you call it, on the holster. Okay, so I'll just use this. Okay, and then plug it to the left here. So that's the normal configuration for all these guys. Okay, so unless you want to use it when you pose them, you will use the empty one. That's basically what's the deal. Okay, all right, so pretty simple. Okay, so this one is packed as well. I like the wrinkle. I like the kind of what do you call that, button? Yeah, to fasten it. Okay, so it reminds me of what Bandai's SHF figure arts do. They do this as well, instead of making it an kind of rubbery holster, and then you can, I mean, other JoyToy releases have that, but for these guys, they just make it like this. Okay, which is fine as well by me. All right, now this is the part that I want to apologize. Okay, I just want to show you that I happen to have missing parts here. So this is the, I think what they call carbine bolter or something. I'll just call it the bigger bolter. Okay, which is their main weapon. The mold is really nice. Okay, as you can see, it's really cool. I really like it. Okay, it's different with what we have with the incursors. I'll show you the differences. This part you can remove, the magazine part a bit. Okay, you can just remove it. I like the chromey color there. So we have 4 of this, 1 for each guy. So and all of these are removable. I mentioned earlier in the incursor video, if you are good with customizing, you can always put on straps. You see this hole, and then you can connect it to this hole. I think it'll make it a good strap. Look at that small trigger hole as well. Okay, now among the 4 bolter that I have, this one is the faulty one. Why? Because you see this, I thought nothing wrong, right? But actually, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. All right, this is how it's supposed to be for all the guys. I haven't opened this. I've received it months ago, but I haven't had the time to share it to you guys, so I haven't opened it. And I didn't know that it's missing the, I don't know, kind of additional scope here. And I checked again. This is actually how it's supposed to be. So it's not really special, but anyway. So I decided to give him to the surgeon. But that's okay. It still looks good. Okay. I'm not sure whether I can send email to JoyToy to replace it. I'll probably try it. I just want to share to you guys. So this is how it's supposed to be. Notice there's a missing hole there. I'm not sure whether that's from the factory or it's from the shipping from my friend, which is fine. I mean, it's my mistake not checking in the first place, right? So this is how it's supposed to be. Has a kind of additional scope here with red dots. This one is green. Okay, but everything else is the same. All right. Now to compare it with what we have with the incursors, okay, this is the incursors weapon. All right, different magazine, but everything else seems similar except this device. Okay, they have this device which I'm not sure what is this. Okay, And yeah, for the Infiltrator they have these scopes. So yeah, that's for the comparison. The magazine is different as well, and it's also removable, but we'll focus with the Infiltrator for this video. All right, so yeah, okay, so we have this. Okay, I'll come back to this. We have 6 palm here, which can be changed, and you can mix and match. Okay, we have 3 on the right and 3 on the left. Okay, this is the default. This default is what I call the face palm. Okay, but it also have holes to grab something. Okay, with the incursors you can use it to grab on the knives, or you can use it to grab on a knife, but they don't have the knives. Okay, so it's pretty much the punching. Okay, the punching or fisting palm. All right, now what are the other 4s? Okay, I have 2 of them here. These 2 are actually the trigger, what I call the trigger finger palm. The trigger palm, because it has extended, it's open, and it has extended, extended trigger finger on both sides here. On the right as well, the same. The one on the right is slightly longer, but it's elastic anyway. You can use these 2 to just hold any of the weapon provided. Okay, for example, I'll give you an example. I use the left one here to grab on the smaller blaster, the bolt gun here. You can just slide it, okay, and make sure the trigger finger is in the trigger hole. Okay, just like that. See, the trigger finger is in the trigger hole. So, and it holds really nice as well, by the way. That's really cool. Okay, and I'll try to use the right trigger palm here to grab on the bigger faulty the faulty bolter here. Okay, same thing, slide through and make sure the trigger finger is inside the trigger hole. Okay, so they actually do something that's really nice. The palm is somewhat rubbery, but still very solid, so don't worry. Okay, all right, and the last 2 palm that we have is this. Okay, I have, okay, this one is on the right is an open palm, almost similar to the fist palm, but no, it's actually a gripping palm. You can use it also to grip on those 2 weapons, but without the extended trigger finger, as you can see. So normally I also use this as an alternative if I want to grab on I want to do a kind of a 2-handed shooting position as well, or just use the bolt gun. All right, whereas the one on the left here, the last one on the left that I have is an open palm like this. Okay, like this. Okay, let me just twist it. Okay, the position is like this. So this is normally is being used. I use it for a double-handed shooting position. So for example, okay, already plugged the right palm. I need the left palm here to complete my 2-handed shooting position. What I do normally, I will slide the thumb into this, this part. There's some lining here. You can just slide through and keep it on the front like that. And yeah, you will have a very good shooting position already. I'll try that after this. Now, in case you're wondering what am I doing with this device, okay, and plug it onto the hole, to the back hole of this palm, is because I just want to show you, okay, with the default palm here, this opening is really big. Okay, whereas with this palm, this one has been extended a little bit. Okay, when you open it fresh from the package, it's probably much tighter. So you can always use your hair dryer technique. You can always use your hot water technique, to kind of stretch it. So that's what I do. I use that tool to stretch my palm, and it happened to all the extra palms with the other figure as well. Okay, that also happened to the incursors. Okay, so that's a bit troublesome. I think that's the only minus point. It's not like Mesco, Mesco 112, any palm straight away you can use. Okay, so a bit of an hassle, but that's okay. Okay, it still works. Okay, just a little bit difficult. Okay, but still works. Here I am just trying to do a quick shooting position. It's not exactly a sniping position. Okay, but not bad at all. Okay. Two-handed shooting position, I think all military figures should be able to do that. It's kind of my own standard, okay? And this figure can just do it really, really well, like that, okay? Bang, 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 like that. So I think that's a very, very plus point. Also applies to the incursors since they share same mechanics, same body mold, okay? So yeah. So again, I just apply what I mentioned earlier with the two palm, but yeah, here I already plug them. After I stretch them, I plug them and use them to the body. All right. Next we have brother Pullo. Okay, it says here Pullo. Okay, Infiltrator. Nice artwork as usual. Pretty cool. Okay, he's wielding this main gun. I don't see in the picture they actually use a smaller bolter, so I think they prefer the main gun, which is okay. And you can always read the Chinese bio here. You can use Google Translate. You can pause now if you want to read it. Okay, so let's focus on the figure. Okay. Alright, brother Pullo here, I feel is the kind of most basic, most vanilla out of the four, okay, which is fine. Okay. And finally we have full face helmet, which is cool. This is one of the appeal of the Space Marine, I think. That's personally for me. Why I call him the most vanilla, again, like I said, quick look, they pretty much share same body parts, right? Pretty much similar. Like the skull, he has Ultramarine. Now, the difference with Brother Surgeon Octavio here, I mentioned the red headpiece. So if he is the Brother Surgeon, for example, I think his helmet will be red. Okay, but since he is not, then yeah. And then look at the chest piece, he doesn't have any granite. Okay, but the skull is the same. And the crotch piece here, which is kind of fly around here, he doesn't have this chromey skull on this piece. Okay, and yeah, and the Ultramarine logo here, he doesn't have the skull, he doesn't have decal on the here on the, what do you call this, on the knee guard. So that's why I call him the most plain. Okay, but helmet looks cool. Okay, I'm not sure. It's not a removable helmet, so it's actually the head itself. So I don't know about you. Do you think the head should be a bit bigger? I mean, compared to the relative to the one we have with the surgeon with the actual head there. Do you think it should be bigger? Please let me know in the comment. Okay. But he also have this antenna piece on him, which is rubbery. I like the red, by the way. Looks very lively, you know. That's cool. Antenna is rubbery, and as you can see on mine is a bit skewed to the left like that, because it's always been in the packaging for so long. You can always fix it. Don't worry about it. Use hot water, use hair dryer, or whatever you want. Okay. Right, so yeah, this is pretty much Brother Pullo. Quick articulation is the same with Brother Surgeon Octavio, of course. So the head is on double joint. Okay, rotation is limited due to the mold on the helmet. Okay, You have shoulder piece movement here. The shoulder guard is a ball joint. You have extension on both arm. Okay, you can extend out. You can do rotation. You have the hinge, although it's limited. It's very limited on all of these guys. You have rotation up there on the upper bicep, double jointed elbow, and you have dumbbell joint on the wrist here. So you have ball joint, you have rotation. Okay, all right. Then you use the abdomen here to look down that much, look up that much. You have side to side a little bit. You have full rotation down here. Okay, and it's a ball joint. Basically, you do ball joint motion, rotation. I like that he doesn't have the skull piece here, but well, you have front kick, back kick is limited. You have split. Okay, and it's pretty much a ball joint. So yeah, do your ball joint motion. You have upper thigh here has rotation. I need to break it a little bit. All right, full rotation. You have you have more than 90 bend on the knee, and the crocs here. You have rotation up and down, kind of side to side rocker a little bit, and you have the toe. Okay, toe which is very tight. Now for his accessory. Okay, I'm not going to dwell much. If you want to have see more detail, please look at the timestamp. Check on Brother Surgeon Octavio's accessories. I cover more details on that. Okay, I already plug in all the most of the accessories that are needed. Of course, the backpack first is pretty much the same. Okay, no differences with Octavio. I have the gun inside the holster here, peg in here. I have the pocket. Now this is the default configuration, by the way. If you want to mix and match, feel free. Okay, I just follow the default, and then I'm trying to show to you the right here. I already changed the palm from the original one, from the default one. I changed it to the open gripping palm, whereas the left here is the open palm, which normally I use it to grab to do a two-handed pose with the carbine bolter here. Okay, this is the carbine bolter that I've shared again. This one is the complete one, of course. You can remove this magazine. Yeah, so I just want to show you that you can actually use this gripping palm to grip on the weapon. And I think it's to show us to some kind of possibility in a standby position like this. So not a shooting position. Well, you can, but this is also work, kind of a patrolling position, you know. Okay, now the rest of it I have it here. So we have the empty holster. I'm not using that because, you know, the position is here is wielding the carbine bolter. So I keep the I'm using the one that come with the gun. The smaller bolter here, the same, pretty much the same with what we have with Octavio, no differences at all. Awesome, pretty cool. Okay, and you see I've already used the left trigger palm to grip on it. Okay, it's the trigger finger is already inside the trigger hole, so it's all cool. I kept the right trigger palm here, and we also have the default, which is the fist palm here, left and right. Okay, so this is the default fist. All right, so that's pretty much with brother Pullo here, the most vanilla out of the four. Next we have brother Cyrus here, again with the card. Nice card. Look at the eyes, very cool. Really looks like a true angel of death. Very nice artwork. Okay, anyway, you can read the bio at the back here if you want to. You can pause now. Alright, so let's just focus on the figure. Okay, so alright, this is brother Cyrus, and you know what, he is a less vanilla compared to Pullo. Okay, this going through the body mold again is pretty much the same armor, right? Of course, the difference with incursors is we have this number. Oh wait, this is number 6. Let me check. Oh yeah, number 6, the same. So number 6, but how come he is number 5? Anyway, that's rather interesting. Yeah. Anyway, the Ultramarine here, and then yeah, pretty basic. I like the skull as always. This one is a fully covered. Okay, and behind is pretty much similar, the same. The skirt piece, okay. Now no skull on the skirt piece. It's not like Surgeon Octavio here. Yeah, he's quite plain as well. No decal on the nose, red skull here. But at the very least, okay, he has granite here. Unlike Pullo doesn't have anything on. I mean, aside from the skull. Okay, he has this granite, and the helmet, if you can see, seemingly similar, but he actually has some sort of dots here, 3 dots, which I think is probably the implants. Okay, I might be wrong on this. Please let me know if you know better. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty similar to Pullo. Okay, so I'm not gonna dwell too much on it. Okay, if you want, just let's focus again on Cyrus here. Of course, the personality also is on the head here. I always like the design of the helmet, and yeah, the 3 dots makes him to be different compared to Pullo. The antenna is rubbery, and yeah, it's kind of bendy, kind of bended to a certain position because it has been in the box for a while. But you can always fix it if you want. Okay, you can always fix it. Okay, make it straight. Use hair dryer. Use any kind of treatment if you want. All right. So, but everything else is pretty much the same. So articulation, we're not gonna expect anything different. I'm just gonna do everything quickly. Okay, the head is on dumbbell joint to the neck, so you can look down that much, look up that much. Okay, side to side rotation is there, but it's not possible because of the mold. Okay, shoulder pad is ball joint, so you can wiggle around a little bit to make room for movement up and down a little bit on both sides. You have extension on the arms, okay, to extend out, and then you have rotation. You have the hinge, okay, you have the hinge, but it's limited. You have the rotation on the upper bicep here. You have double jointed elbow, okay, very tight, again, awesome. You have dumbbell joint on the wrist as well, so you have ball joint to ball joint. Okay, you can move. It's a bit loose, but it's basically rotation, and you have ball joint. The ball joint is almost like it's the same joint with the neck. Okay, as you can see, the ball joint here move. Pretty cool. All right, then you use this to look up that much, you look down that much, bit side to side, and yeah, rotation down there. Okay. Split, front kick, back kick is pretty much ball joint. Okay, on the thigh you have rotation, upper thigh, okay, double jointed knee, more than 90. Okay, and of course on the Crocs here you have rotation up and down, a bit of kind of rocker and toe joint here. Alright, so for his accessory here, of course the backpack, pretty much the same. These 2 piece moves. Okay, rotate around. I've already put on pegging the bolt gun with the holster here, molded. I also plug the pocket here. Is pretty much the basic setup. I use the trigger palm on the right here, so I changed from the default to the trigger palm, and then I also use the left palm, the left open palm to grip, to support, to do kind of a shooting precision, and I think I accomplished somewhat a decent sniping pose here. So from a certain angle, it's actually not bad, you know. Kind of, I'm trying to do kind of a kneeling down shooting precision here. Okay, the bolter here is also the same. It's pretty much the same. You can remove this. Very nice mold. Okay, if you want to have more detail on all of these accessories, please look at the timestamp. Check on Brother Surgeon Octavio's accessories. Okay, it's pretty much the same anyway, so I'm not gonna repeat much. Okay, we have the, okay, I'll just put it down. We have the empty holster if you want to pose with the small bolt gun. Okay, with the pack here. We have the same bolt gun here, which is out from the holster. Very nice mold, nice paint, trigger hole, and I use the open gripping palm, but without the trigger finger. Okay, this is the one on the right. This one is the trigger left. Okay, a bit extended on the trigger finger. Okay, and then the other two that we have here is the default one, the default palm here, the fist. Okay, the fist with the opening. That's the one on the right, and the left, and this one the one on the right. Okay, so accessory wise is pretty much the same. This guy is almost as vanilla as Pullo, if not for the, you know, a bit of additional touches here and there, but it's pretty similar. By the way, it's really nice pose. Okay, I really like it. Yep, sniping pose even. Okay, so that's with Brother Cyrus here. So the last of these battle brothers is Brother Ruban. I'm not sure. Let's just call it Ruban. Okay, with the artwork, very nice. Okay, so he's wielding this. It's actually the same with pretty much what we have with the figure. Okay, that's really cool. And if you want to read the bio, you can just pause now, use Google Translate or anything. All right. Okay, so all right, now I have to tell you that I actually purposely do Ruban here for the last, because aside from the surgeon, he actually has the most personality compared to all the other figures. Okay, all right, but let's just have a quick glance. Okay, all in all, the basic body is still the same. Okay, all right, still the same, pretty much the same, isn't it? Okay, yes, Ultramarine here on the left, no skull. The skirt piece here has this skull piece, so it's the same with the surgeon. Okay, but the skull piece is actually different. That's interesting. I like the color always. Okay, and again, my take for that is be careful. I always like the skull here, no granite. Okay, the one on the left, okay, his number is 5. All right, same with the surgeon. Backpack. Now, here's the difference. First thing first is, of course, the helmet, right? See, the helmet is, I think, is much bigger than, for example, Pullo here. I'll put Pullo here. Okay, I don't know why I have the feeling that his helmet, yes, it's a bit bigger. It's like he's wearing another layer, and he has, instead of one antenna, he has 2, and it's even longer antenna, as you can see. All right, the paint on the eyes, the red is, the helmet is always nice. Okay, pretty cool. But antenna, 2 antenna here is bendy, so you can try. It's rubbery. You can try to straighten them up with hair dryer or anything. But let's just appreciate the helmet for a while here. Okay. Yep, it is somewhat much bigger than the rest. Okay, which is fine. All right, and then yeah, I'm just kind of troubled with the antenna. not straight, but that's okay. I mean, I'll just fix it later after I finish the video. So yeah, it's a different piece here, and another piece on the left hand. Okay, he has some sort of device here which is quite cool. Okay, attached to his left shin guard. Okay, it's really cool. I'm not sure what is this device, kind of a small computer with small buttons with different colors, which is awesome, but the screen is empty unfortunately, which is fine as well. You can always edit something in your photography, right? Put something there. And it's also connected to this cable, which is elastic. Normally I don't really fond of this cable. Okay, let me just take off this shoulder piece to see what's alright. I like the color. This is one of my favorite color, black and kind of yellow or orange, but it's stopped here. I do feel that you need to be careful with this as well. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately I don't really like, you know, to have this kind of cables, but we'll see how it will handle the articulation. If yeah, but I really like this. Okay, yeah, I think that's really cool, and that's why I mentioned he has quite a personality. Let me try to plug this on him. Okay, so as you can see, I just want to show you that even the shoulder pad here is actually a dumbbell joint as well, as you can see there. So that's rather interesting. So you can somewhat extend it out up and down like that and wiggle. Okay, and the left knee guard has decal as well. Of course, articulation wise, we're not expecting anything different. So alright, but I'm kind of curious with this. But the head is always on a double joint, just very quick. In fact, he can do full rotation. That's interesting. To the front, I mean, looking down that much, looking up that not so much. Okay, kind of side to side. I mean, the articulation is there, but because of how big the helmet is, yeah, it's kind of limited. Okay, the shoulder already show you is actually not just ball joint. It's actually is a two combination of ball joint, or what we normally call dumbbell joint. Okay, so you can do ball joint motion. Okay, up and down, wiggle. Okay, you can have the extension of the arm as well. Okay, it's not really visible. Okay, that clicks. It's already out on the left. Okay, so you can extend, you can move inside as well. You can rotate it around. Okay, you have the hinges. Okay, you see the hinge. You have rotation on the upper bicep here, double jointed elbow, and the another dumbbell joint. Okay, on the palm here. Okay, yeah, up and down like that. You can do. It's really helpful when you want to do a shooting precision. You know, it's really is good. I wish Hasbro will do the same. And then the body here, you can move to the back that much, look down that much, side to side rotation. Again, be careful with this piece, but you can do split like that. Okay, you can do front kick. Okay, back kick not so much. It's a ball joint, so do your ball joint motion. Rotation on the thigh, double jointed knee, rotation on the crocs, up and down, a bit side to side, and the toe joint. Yep. Okay, now let's try the left arm here. Okay, I like that this one is actually attached to just below the rotation, as you see. I think that's a smart move. And then let's try straightening. Okay, of course the strain to this cable is if you straighten it up. So I suggest you open a little bit like this whenever you pose him. That's just me. Rotation is only here. Okay, so yeah, but the articulation is good enough in a sense that you can always position to the device as if he's looking at it. I think that's a good enough. Okay, so yeah, you can pose him like that. And yeah, I purposely put this finger because I want to show you that. Let me put this on first. Okay, I want to show you that you can actually do something like this. Maybe it's like, he wants to mess around with his device like that. Okay, so it's not the best, but you get my idea, right? You can pose him holding the device while looking at the screen, and then you can have the right trigger palm to kind of, messing around with the device, trying to figure out something. I'm not sure what he's doing really, but yeah, that's one pose that I will probably do if I do photography with him. Okay, so for his accessories, first I'll just cover the palm first. I left out, it's pretty much the same palms. Okay, six palms, 3 left, 3 right. The trigger left, the open left for gripping for two-handed with the main bolter. Okay, the carbine bolter. The right open but without the trigger finger. This is the default right, or what I call the fist right. Okay, so that's 4. The 2 are already with the figure. Okay, but before that, I just want to show you. He also have this. Okay, the molded bolt gun inside the holster. Okay, and then I purposely put I already put the pocket here. I also put the empty one here. Okay, plug in, because I want to show you that just for variety, I put him with the trigger right. So the trigger right means the one with the trigger finger. So already here you see with the trigger finger, so you can do some sort of one-handed shooting position like that. I think that's cool. Okay, the trigger finger is in the trigger hole. Nice. Bolt gun is pretty much the same with incursor. It's pretty much the same with the other 3 in this set as well. Okay, and the left here is a fist left, is the default one. I didn't change it. All right. So now, as part of his personality, I just want to show you his backpack here. So his backpack in a glance seems the same. I'll just plug it on him. Okay, right. This thing move, and he has 2 antennas, which is not rubbery. Be careful. But it doesn't stop there. He has this pack. Okay, so what's the deal with this pack? Only in this guy you can put this piece, which is I don't know, some sort of a radar dish, which I assume can turn, I don't know, pick up sound or something. I'm not sure. Pick up signals, and then you can plug it on him. All right. So yeah, with him it's a bit more intricate. Okay. And yeah, there it is. You cannot really twist it 360. So yeah, just do whatever you want. Of course, you can use it interchangeably. If you want to put this into another figure, you can. It's pretty much the same, just with this dish. Okay, radar dish. So yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, sorry, I'm missing this, the bolter. Okay, we're complete with this piece, and it's removable. If you want more detail on these accessories, please check on the timestamp, look at Brother Surgeon Octavio. I pretty much do dual more in that part. Okay, but if you feel it's adequate, then it's okay as well. Alright, nice bolter, pretty much the same. Alright, so just to wrap up here, I just measure the surgeon pretty quick here. He stands, of course, with the open legs like this. Okay, you have to take that into consideration. Is less than, I think if you straighten the leg up, he will be much taller. So just shy 4 3/4 inch. So almost 12 centimeters. Now, well, their body mold is pretty much the same, so really what makes their height different is pretty much their helmet. You know, for example here, see this with an open leg, Ruban here has probably 12.1, 12.2, 12.1 centimeters, maybe 12.2. Okay, so just for a bit of comparison. Okay, I think the height is similar with the incursor. For example here, the Brother Surgeon from the incursor. Okay, body mold's pretty much the same. Okay, different backpack, it's just different head sculpt. Okay, yeah, so how about let's compare with several other I'm trying to pose them kind of an action pose here. Sorry about that, guys. A bit messy here. All right. So as you can see, the kneeling shooting position here is very much doable, and I feel that that almost kind of a sniping pose is pretty much accomplished already. Okay. Oh, anyway, let's just compare. Maybe with other JoyToy figures first. Okay, I have the World War figure here. Okay. I mentioned concerning the scale debates in the incursor video. So they have argument that this Space Marine is actually, considering they are Primaris and not just normal Space Marine, they are too small compared to the human from JoyToy offering. So I have several JoyToys here. Okay. While they still are taller compared to this normal human figure, but if you see this chart, okay, I'll show it again here. It seems that the Primaris is supposed to be, I mean, if they really want to follow follow this according to the story, which I'm not really an expert on this. Okay, another comparison with this JoyToy. They feel that this Space Marine should be taller. Okay, and if it's not really accurate if they call it 118. That's what's the argument, which I can somewhat agree, but at this point I just enjoy the toy that I have in front of me. So this is side by side with Acid Rain. Okay, one of my favorite figure line. Okay, this is compared to Han Solo from Star Wars. Okay, Star Wars is generally shorter. I have G.I. Joe here. G.I. Joe figures from Hasbro. Then I have Marvel Universe, which is kind of on hiatus at the moment. Not much releases, and yeah, so they have argument maybe 1/25 JoyToy is more accurate. This is a 1/25 pilot from one of the mech. Okay, Stillbone is a more accurate if they really want to call it Let's for example, this is 118, and then maybe it's supposed to be like this. I'm not sure. Okay, this is compared to B25, this is 128. Okay, so 118, well, a little bit more than 118, but yeah, they call it 118, the G.I. Joe. About 125, 124, 128, and how about this, right? So that's the argument, but you know what? I don't really care. At the end of the day, this very good action figure. If you really like Warhammer, you want it smaller compared to McFarlane, compared to Bandai releases, which is very expensive, this could be your alternative, and it's really good. And they have announced several other future releases as well. Okay, I've pre-ordered myself the Dead Company. Oh, that's one of my favorite fluff, you know, the Dead Company from Blood Angels. They also do Space Wolves. They also do more, even the mech. And yeah, so far the line is looking good, but I'm not sure whether they will do the other factions, the aliens, the elders, you know. I don't know. Even the Imperial Guard, I don't know. Alright, but so far it's pretty awesome, right? So thanks guys for watching until the end. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share, and don't forget to switch on your notification bell for more video updates. Ciao.